Hey, welcome to this Players Talk edition of this extra of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. DeAntre Prince, Cedric Johnson, and of course Jordan Watkins joined the show. Talked about different stuff. Preparation has begun for Troy. They had a lot to say, but not a whole bunch to say. We've hit that point of camp, but this is the Locked On Ole Miss podcast.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to the extra edition of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. We have Players Talk edition, basically. We had Cedric Johnson, we had DeAntre Prince, and we had Jordan Watkins come by and talk about what's going on. The defense seems very, very confident right now at all three levels. Cedric Johnson had really nice things to say about Troy Brown. DeAntre Prince was really high on Davidson Igbinosun. That's kind of par for the course at this point, but they are ready to prepare for Troy. They're going through scout team. They're getting ready for the game, and they're doing the things that Troy does and all of that stuff. They are in game mode. So it is pretty cool. We learned nothing about the quarterbacks besides a wry smile from DeAntre Prince because he was expecting that question. But before we get started into everything, I do want to tell you about the NHTSA drunk driving program. You're hanging out with some friends and putting back a few drinks. A few becomes too many and the evening comes to an end and people start to head out. You start to think of calling for a ride. Nah, you'll live nearby. You can make it home okay. It's no big deal. What are the odds that you can get pulled over anyway? And even so, what's the worst that can happen? Your insurance goes up, you lose your license, your job, you total your car, you kill someone. Everyone knows about the risk of driving drunk. The results are tragic and often deadly. However, that still doesn't stop everyone from getting behind the wheel under the influence. That's why police officers are out there right now looking for impaired drivers on our roads to save lives. If you think you can be okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Play it safe and plan ahead to get a ride. I mean, in this age of Uber, it doesn't make any sense not to. It only takes one mistake to change your life or someone else's forever. Drive sober or get pulled over. All right, thank you for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast. The ultimate college football preview is here, a 7-episode preview with college experts, local team experts, and Odyssey college football insiders. It's everything you need to be ready for the college football season in one spot. Search your ultimate local college football preview on your Odyssey app, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. All right, so the players didn't really talk about nothing. They're ready to quit hitting themselves and go against somebody new. Cedric Johnson talked about that specifically. He talked about situationally, they were probably pretty sound. DeAntre Prince changing to number 7, believe it or not, he changed to number 7 because of Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger, and Patrick Peterson. That number 7 jersey meant a lot to him, and he changed there, and he's going to represent Ole Miss wearing the 7. And Jordan Watkins talked about how just a year ago he was getting ready to play Ole Miss, and now he's a receiver for Ole Miss. He also mentioned that the Ole Miss wide receiver room has guys all through it that can start at any program in the country. It's going to be a very deep unit, and he was really high on that group. And, you know, right now we're just going to go in and get into it. This is the players talking about practice and what's going on today. Anyway, see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's getting crazy. Class starting. It's not fun, but class that's really what lets you know class starting, because fall camp transition was just the same, really. So.
I think I did pretty good. Just even though I've been through 3 fall camps already, I could say that I feel like I actually got a lot better through this one. Just with my hydration plan, my meal plan. I actually gained weight during fall camp, so that's how I know that I'm doing something right. And I just stay progressing every day. Got better 1% every day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially today. Today was more of an emphasis on working against the scout and getting ready for Troy. and going against their looks and what they kind of do on defense a little bit, and so we head in next week. It's crazy. It's here. So we're just getting a little bit more preparation in for them.
I say the number. My brother, he used to have number 2 for the longest, so I say that number was for him. But when it changed to a single digit, I say I obviously wanted a single digit. But like Sam, last year he had a big year after he switched, so I'm looking forward to doing the same thing.
Mainly it was me, as in having a person that's a role model to me, was number 7, and that's Tyrann. Back when I was younger, when he was at LSU, Tyrann Matthew was the person that I looked up to the most. So, and Patrick Peterson also. So those guys were just like, I just wanted to be something like those guys and have a part of them on me while I'm representing Ole Miss.
There's always certain different types of scenarios that can happen in a game. I guess you can't really prepare for them like you really want to, like it would happen really in a game. But we want to get as close as possible to that, so that way we can handle any situation. But I feel like offensively we handle situational football really well, 2-minute, 4-minute, just those certain things.
Yeah, we're starting to look more into Troy things. We've been like installing plays and the main things we're gonna run, but yeah, we're focusing more in on Troy. So.
Most definitely, our legs are getting saved now. Today was our first day of having saved legs and going over certain things from the opponents that we about to face. And but fall camp was a grind, and different between fall camp and game prep for next week. It just saved our legs.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day, actually. It's kind of crazy. Last year, I remember getting ready for Ole Miss and looking out the scouting report and looking at their defense a little bit and kind of what they do defensively. And now, I kind of go against them every day, and I play for Ole Miss. So, it's just kind of so surreal. You just got to take a step back and just kind of take it all in. Just playing in the conference that I play in, the SEC from the ACC. It's a big step up. And I'm just super excited to get to play SEC football.
We're looking pretty good. I'm very confident in all the guys we have, the depth we have. I feel like our culture that we built is very solid. So, I'm looking forward. I'm excited to see what I do, what the guys do. It's going to be a fun year for us.
2 great quarterbacks. I can't wait to see who's going to win the spot. I honestly can't tell you who I feel going to win the spot, because I don't know at the same time, because I pick both of them off. We do the same thing over and over. We do it all around. So, I'm just coming from a DB perspective. Both of them, I have 2 great quarterbacks. I can't wait to see which one wins the job.
We got people from everywhere, every different type of school, every conference. It's awesome getting to meet a lot of other people that came from other different schools. Some that I played against, some that I don't play against, and I guess you just gotta take a step back a little bit, like I said before, and just kind of realize kind of the certain factors that play into it, where they came from, and I like to hear a lot of the different stories about how the programs were ran. I share how my program I was previously at was ran before, and I guess it's just bouncing off one another and just learning from one another. It's been awesome.
Yes, for sure. I feel like situationally we're going to be able to handle anything that comes our way, from the D-line, backers, DBs, across the board. We're going to be solid.
My favorite, man, had to be Malik Heath, also Mingo. Those just guys are going to give me, good technique work, good looks with their routes. They're going to make sure that it's not easy for me,
Yeah, I think I call him D-Wade. I think D-Wade, he's a heck of a player. He came from WKU, and I came from Louisville, so we're kind of close to each other a little bit. So, but I think D-Wade's a heck of a player. I think he can make plays, anywhere from outside slot. He's just kind of that kind of guy who can just make plays anywhere, and the ball just seems to find him all the time. And he's really well at getting open. He runs really good routes. He's probably one of the best route runners we have, and he's good in open field space too. So, he's a heck of a player.
They're doing a lot of I don't want to get into specifics of how we're going to defeat it, but I think we're going to be pretty prepared for everything they're going to throw at us. Looking at a lot of things that they're doing, a lot of movement and stuff. We're just preparing, getting ready for everything they do.
I'm just in a better mental state now. like every day, come with a smile on my face, and no mean mug, no nothing. Like I'm coming, I'm ready to work every day, and I mostly do it for my daughter now. So come and get better 1% every day.
Yeah, I'm excited to get out there and kind of go against somebody else a little bit, and I think we've made each other better, us, the DBs versus us, and I think it's going to be a really, really good season because we got a really good receiver room going against a really good DB room as well. So, we just kind of make each other better every day.
Man, I'm super excited. We got, just like going against our O-lines, we get used to the stuff they're doing. They get used to the stuff we're doing. So it's just like they may know a play that we're doing. So it's like, wow, this is no fun because they already know what we're doing. And so I feel like when we go against Troy, when they have no idea what we're going to do, it's going to be really fun.
Man, he's so different. Man, every time we make a play, we just run up to him with energy, man. We love it. He has a lot of energy as a young guy. We can't treat him as a young guy no more because in our room we don't call freshmen when they make plays. We call them, you upper class now. Like you're not a freshman no more. You're gonna make these plays in the game. You're making them at practice, and you're just gonna ball out.
Yeah, I said it before. Kind of like coming out of high school a little bit. I kind of think of myself as like a Swiss Army knife a little bit. Kind of somebody who can do everything. Play outside, play slide. I don't know if you guys been watching practice, but I've been kind of everywhere a little bit, and I think that's what sets me apart from a lot of other people is that I can just play anywhere you need me to. If you need me to go to the backfield, I'll go play running back. If you need me to go to tight end, I'll go play tight end. Just those certain things, and I think that kind of separates me a lot from other people.
Troy, he's a big playmaker. He's going to be a big playmaker this year. Just from what I'm seeing off practices during our scrimmages, he's going to be a big-time guy.